cool.
Well, that's what I wanted, something that looked cool. But this one actually has a USB cord and plugs right into my computer. So
yeah, that's perfect.
That's
It's hard to beat that, and you sound great. So.
Oh, well, thanks. Good. Glad that worked out. And I'm trying to sit so I don't have glare in my glasses. And I can't really take them off or I won't see you.
Right. No, you're fine. Don't worry. I'll only take about maybe 10 or 15 minutes of your time.
That's fine.
We did a Cindy Applebaum, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you're just outside Philadelphia.
I am. I'm in a suburb of Philadelphia in Elkins Park. I noticed when you guys did the little segment on us, you mispronounced the name of our town.
Yes.
But that's okay.
That Elkins was our one of my co-hosts, Sebastian. He doesn't know how to read properly, and he always mispronounced things all the time, and usually I correct him. But I just trusted him that time because Allen's Park sounds like a real place. It probably is.
Well, how would you know?
Right. Exactly. So, yeah, we're going to blame Sebastian on that one.
No worries.
But I've been to Philadelphia. It's been a minute, but I was in there's a comedy club there called Helium in Philadelphia that I've performed at once or twice.
So I was going to ask you, did you know about the Comedy Works way back in the 80s?
Oh yeah, the Comedy Works. There's a Comedy Works in Denver. There's two of them in Denver.
I'm not sure if they were connected. This was in Philly back in the 80s, and just weirdly, a weird coincidence having nothing to do with why we're here today. I actually worked at the Comedy Works.
No kidding.
Yeah, I had a job there for a while, for maybe a year right after college. And that was the club where Todd Glass performed every weekend, and a whole bunch of I don't know if you knew the legendary Wid and Max Alexander.
I know Todd Glass.
Bob Saget would come in and he hung out all the time. He performed once in a while, but like he would just come in and hang out. Wow. And then we had some, bigger headliners like Larry Miller and Dennis Miller and a whole bunch of people.
What did you do there?
I was a hostess. So I would take your reservation, I would seat you, and then I would hang out upstairs and meet all the comedians. And the other thing I did is I took pictures. So back in the day, before they had computers, we took actual photographs, turned them into slides, had a little slide projector, and that little period where people are filing in and getting their seats, we would show slides of various performers that had been in our club. So I took a lot of those pictures. So I have a lot of pictures of all of those people just in a pile somewhere in an envelope in my basement.
Wow. I'll bet you there's a lot of those comedians that are probably in some of those pictures that would love to have those.
Yeah, I guess I should go back and look. I don't even know how well they came out, but yeah there might be. So, and I went back and I looked to, kind of figure out, like get a frame of reference for you. And I went back and looked at your episode of Last Comic Standing, and wasn't Ralph, what was his name? Harrison?
Ralph Harris.
He was the regular MC at the Comedy Works in Philadelphia.
That's right. I forgot he was from there. Yeah,
So I actually sort of knew him at that time, but he'd have no idea who I was now.
Isn't this crazy? It is such a small world. It really, really is.
Very strange. It was just really funny.
Do you remember the name of maybe the club owner or the manager?
So the club owner was Steve, but you'd have to hit me over the head 12 times before I know what his last name was.
I'm just curious if maybe the lady who runs and owns the Comedy Works in Denver, her name is Wendy. I forgot her last name too. I'm just wondering if maybe she took it from Philly and over to Denver or something.
I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
I just don't even remember. I think everybody was named Steve, so I'm not sure.
Right. Steve Steverson. Now, do you? So we're just going to do a follow-up.
Sure.
And I imagine if I wanted to show new video from people doing silly walks outside of your place, that is posted somewhere? I can just go grab it?
You could. It's all on Instagram, but if you were to tell me which ones you like, if I still have them on my phone, I can just email them to you guys.
Alan, I think we'll just go grab them from her Instagram. That'd be easy.
I just posted a couple new ones. So when you guys did your first segment, it was before Halloween.
Right.
And, after Halloween, so I'll just tell you around
let me introduce you.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're already recording, but might as well get all this. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. And she's joining us right now, all the way right outside of Philadelphia, Elkins Park. Mr. Sebastian, you got to get it right next time, buddy. Cindy Applebaum, the lady who came up with this hilarious idea of making people enter the silly walk zone. How are you?
Hey, hi. I'm great.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us again. Well, for the first time. We just wanted to do a follow-up. The last time this was episode 47. It was right before Halloween, and a lot of people were participating in the silly walks. I'm a huge Monty Python fan. I thought it was a great idea, and since then, what's been going on since Halloween with the silly walks? Are we still doing it?
We are definitely still doing it. I can't believe that people are still excited by it. So for Halloween, everybody was socially distanced. A lot of places had very minimal Halloweens.
Right.
So in my neighborhood, a lot of families kind of got together and made a scavenger hunt.
Okay.
And so I saw people walking around with paper, and it turned out that silly walks was one of the things on the scavenger hunt.
That's
so
great.
When I realized, I went outside, and we have a second floor deck, and I went out with my phone because it takes a little bit better video than our security camera. And as people came up, I was like, oh, are you part of the scavenger hunt? So especially because there were a lot of little kids, I had to check with the parents, make sure they understood what we were doing and get permission.
Sure.
To post their pictures on our Instagram. But yeah, and I mean, normally I don't post like 20 different, videos on the same day,
Right.
But it was great. People were very excited and really performed for our silly walk.
Now, since Halloween, I'm sure it's probably snowed up there.
It has.
And has probably gotten some ice on the sidewalk. Have people, there's got to be some clips of people falling down.
So I wish there were clips of people falling down, but actually there are a couple clips of me snow blowing as it was storming. So yeah, we got a pretty bad blizzard. I think we got maybe 8 inches where I am. And so our snow blower, isn't the strongest. So I've been out snow blowed.
So it's a good thing, really. No injuries.
No injuries, but some silly walking, snow blowing, and some snow angels and that sort of thing.
I love that you did this because, like I said, I'm a huge John Cleese fan. Has he reached out to you at all? Have you tried to?
No, and that would be my husband's dream, right? If John Cleese reached out to us and knew anything about this. I have to admit, I did not come up with the idea first. I saw it popped up on my Instagram, and I thought, oh my God, who doesn't love Monty Python? And this is one of the most iconic, little skits. Look, my husband thinks it's crazy that I'm getting attention for something to do with Monty Python, because in our household, he's probably the bigger fan.
Right.
But, anybody of my age is definitely familiar with Monty Python and certainly this skit. And I thought, wow, this is so great. I already have security cameras. Why not, pay attention, and I can put up a sign. And then it got really popular because, who could go anywhere or do anything all spring and summer. And I actually I don't know if you guys saw in one of the clips, the sign. If you go to my Instagram, you can see I got an official sign made. And that was a company in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They were making these signs for people. And so I ordered a couple signs, and they, helped me out with that. And it became an official site. So people drive by and are like, oh, look, what is that?
I love what it's turned into. I absolutely love it. I mean, now, John Cleese, when he did the Silly Walks originally, that guy's tall and lanky, and he must be very flexible, because I tried to do that Silly Walk. I cannot get my leg that high. It's not easy, but you can do all kinds of different ones. But what's some of your favorite ones? Can you actually kick that high?
Oh God, no, not at all. But I don't know if you saw, because I watched your episode 47, and I grabbed a still shot of you trying a silly walk, and I posted it on the Instagram page. So
yes.
But yeah, some of my favorites are the people who are trying to imitate the official, original official silly walk. I love that parents come by with their kids and they're trying to explain what it's all about, and they stop and they look at the sign. I have a picture up so they can kind of get the idea. And then I'll tell you my real favorite. It just happened this afternoon, and I totally missed it. I don't know if I caught it on the camera. I love people who come by and try to stealthily, like, silly walk. Like, maybe you won't notice that they're doing their. It's like, I mean, really, it's just for fun, and people are really enjoying it. And honestly, half the time I think they're doing it more for themselves.
Do you know if other people have caught on and started doing their own?
Oh, they're all over the country.
Yeah.
We all follow each other. So if you go to my Instagram and look at who I'm following, that Instagram page only follows other silly walkers. But a lot of them have slowed down as things started to open up and people went back to work and aren't sitting around like monitoring their security cameras. And
I feel like it should be a national silly walk day. You know what I mean?
That would be great.
Like if you started it, like hashtag, I don't know, what was it, October
silly
something?
Walks. I don't even know what I don't know. There's a bunch of hashtags going, but if you look, there's not that many posts, but they're mostly me. So I don't know.
I've been trying to, like, honestly, another episode we did, Diamond Dallas Page is a ex-wrestler who does yoga now. And so my goal is to be more flexible, and I started doing yoga. So by October of 2021, my goal is to get the perfect silly walk down. And
well, send it to us.
I'll send it to you, definitely.
We'll definitely post it, or even your attempt. Yeah, that's so funny. Well, just the other day there was a group. I guess the weather got a little better and the road wasn't as icy, and a group of runners. Who knew? I mean, I don't run. I barely, walk. But so there was a group of runners. There's a running club, and they ran past, and I just happened to catch them as they were going by. And I thought, oh, that's so funny. It just seemed weird. It was like wintertime and kind of icy, and like a group of runners came past, and I posted it, and they saw it, and they were like, hey, look, we finally made the page. So I was excited that people are still really excited and having fun with it after all this time. I mean, I think people get a little bored of it.
No, it's great. I mean, anytime someone does anything like this to spread a little happiness, a little joy, a little cheer, especially in 2020 when it's been a crappy year.
Oh, God, yes.
Hats off to you for even doing any of that. So,
thanks.
Yeah.
Well, I do see a lot of, so back in the summer, there was this group, and I saved it so that I could use it for Halloween. There was this group of, I don't know how old they were, but not teenagers. They were definitely 20-somethings, maybe even older, I'm not sure. And they came dressed in costume. And they were
nice.
And jumping, and I ran out there and I got some good video. And I said, what's going on? Why are you guys, what are you dressed up for? And they're like, this. We heard about it, and we dressed up special and came.
They dressed up like Monty Python?
No. They were like, one was a unicorn and one was like, they were in costumes. They just came dressed up in silly costumes.
Yeah.
And silly, walked in front of our house. And it was, that was their whole day, was just coming over and silly walking. There was nothing. I thought maybe they were on their way to a party or there was like an event happening.
Yeah.
But, it was specific for silly walks.
Well, I love it. I hope it keeps going. There's no reason to take the sign down. You have an official sign. No one's making you take it down.
No, I have an official sign. And I have the security camera. So honestly, I will say that I don't necessarily check the cameras as often as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure I'm missing some people, but I posted every so often to the local Facebook page and just say, hey, maybe after your Thanksgiving meal, you want to come and silly walk, work off some of that turkey. And, people get excited each time. And, so
I'd like to see it turn into more than just that one block of silly walk. Like imagine if it grew and now you're doing like a silly walk marathon.
Or a silly walk circuit.
A circuit of silly walkers, yes, or like a marathon is 23 miles. If you had to silly walk a whole marathon, I mean that is a lot of calories burned.
Well, there was a group that contacted me. So what I was saying is that when I posted on the local Facebook page, I will tell them make some noise and take your time and give us a chance to like get out there and make sure we get you or notice that you're coming by so we don't miss it.
Yeah.
But there was a family that was doing a walkathon for, I forget what it was, diabetes or something,
mm-hmm.
or American Heart Association. And they contacted me in advance and said, we're going to be coming by at 11 o'clock on whatever the day was. You are part of our walkathon.
Oh, wow.
Because, in this day and age, you're not walkathoning with a big group of people. You do it on your own. And then I don't know how they work exactly.
Yeah.
But, so that was really nice. And then I posted that a couple different places so that they could get more attention to their cause.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah, so I'm happy to help other people out with their thing. Just real funny. I had some girls come back from the neighborhood who live in Brooklyn now, went to school in New York, live in Brooklyn, and were home and came back and did a series of different silly walks. And I've been slowly posting them over time. And they have some really, really well-coordinated, funny, silly walks. And so I just posted one yesterday that's sort of our taking us out of this year that shall not be named and
right.
ushering in hopefully something brighter and better for next year. But
what's the name of the Instagram page again?
So it's Instagram. I'm not on Twitter. We're not on Facebook. It's just Instagram. And it's at Elkins Park, ELKINS Park.SillyWalks.
Easy peasy. All right,
Yeah.
Cindy, thank you so much for giving us a follow-up, and I hope you have a great Happy New Year.
Yeah, you too. Thank you very much for having me. This was really fun.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, what we'll do is just keep checking in with you maybe once a year and see how.
See what's happening.
Just keep it going. I thought about doing one here, Alan, putting up a security camera downtown Hickory, but I got lazy bones and never did it. But
well, you could do it. You tag us. I'll tag you.
Okay.
We'll follow you. No problem.
Yeah. All right, Cindy, have a good one. I really appreciate you checking in.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Take it easy.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.